Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams, and my name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a different series of videos where basically I take the different decks that I have and I show what each card looks like, you know, kind of an unboxing video, even though I've already actually received these. Sometimes when I go to buy decks, I get frustrated that I can't see what each card looks like and whether or not, you know, they'd be useful to me for readings or not. So this is kind of a new series I want to start, that whenever I get a new deck or with the decks I already have, I want to kind of show you all what they look like. Before I get started on that though, I just want to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share the channel with your friends and family, and please give the video a thumbs up. All of those are very important for YouTube to know, to share our video with other people and help the channel grow. So it's really important to us. Also, if you leave comments in the comment section, if you let me know about any cards you'd like to see or any other future videos you'd like for us to do, that would be useful. Or any other general comments would be useful. I read them all and I appreciate them greatly. And also, if you'd like to donate to the channel for any reason, there will be a link in the description to PayPal. So let's get started. The deck we chose to do today is actually an Oracle style deck. In some ways, it's called the Old Style Lenormand deck fortune telling cards, and these particular ones are by Alexander Ray. They can these type of Lenormand decks, you can find different ones, but basically the idea is that they have a word on them and then maybe a card and some other things which we'll go through here. And so they kind of help give you an idea. This particular deck came with a nice little booklet with it that had each of the cards. It gave the number of the card, a picture of it. It showed the general meanings and then a more detailed meaning and what they might mean in different types of spreads. So it's a very useful little book that came with it as well. Okay, so let's go through the cards and just kind of show what each one looks like a little bit. Now, each of the cards have a particular word with them. They also have what it might correspond to in a deck of playing cards, which you can translate to tarot or, you know, other ways. Some people use those different ways. And then it also has a number on the card. So these can be useful for various readings. Some people like to use the numbers on them because numerology might be important. The word might be very important. The symbolism that's on the cards might be useful, like this is a writer going somewhere or doing something, or sometimes the cards would be useful. So the very first one is writer. The second one is clover, and it actually, you know, shows a picture of a clover, and it's the 6 of diamonds and the number 2. Number 3 is ship. And then it has the 10 of spades on it. The next one is house. And what I always liked about these particular cards was they have a lot of old-fashioned looking, Victorian looking symbolism and all to them, which is kind of cool because I like to use a lot of symbolism in my readings. And also sometimes the words can be useful as well. It's the number 4, which is actually the home number in astrology. So that's kind of interesting. It also is the King of Hearts. The number 5 is the tree, and it has the 7 of Hearts and the number 5. The next one is clouds. Kind of interesting. It almost looks like the clouds are coming up from the ground, almost like an explosion or something, which is a little different. It has the 6 number, and it has the King of Clubs. Then we have the number 7, which is a snake, but it looks almost like the caduceus snake because it's wrapped around the fork, almost like a divining rod fork there. And it is the Queen of Clubs. We have the 8, which is coffin. Kind of interesting symbolism there, but it also is the 9 of diamonds. We have the 9, which is the bouquet, which is, you know, just various flowers. It has the number 9 and the Queen of Spades. We have the scythe, which is number 10, and it is the Jack of diamonds. So it's kind of, you know, showing it out in the field there. We have the number 11, which is whips, which is kind of an old-fashioned whipping thing. 11 is a very spiritual number, so that's kind of interesting. And then it also has the Jack of Clubs, or that might be the King. Yeah, that's the King of Clubs, sorry. Well, maybe that's a Jack. See, I'm not even real sure on that one. Let me look it up in the book here. Let's see. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell on different cards. I think it's it's not showing what it is, so I'm not real sure. I guess we have to look through the cards more closely and we'll know. All right, we got the 12, which is birds. It's kind of showing loving birds there. It's also the 7 of diamonds. We have the 13, which is child, and it is the King of spades. Then we have the 14, which is fox, and it has the 9 of clubs. We have the 15, which is a bear, which is the 10 of clubs. We have the 16, which is the stars, and it is the 6 of hearts. We have 17, which is the stork, which is the Queen of hearts. It's kind of interesting because in storks, you think of them as bringing babies, you know, in the old fairy tales and all that. And then we have the Queen of hearts, which is kind of a loving queen there. We have 18, which is the dog, which is the 10 of hearts. We have 19, which is the tower, and it's the 6 of spades. Now, what was interesting is in a reading recently, the tower card showed up, and it actually has a different meaning in the Lenormand set than what it does in the tarot deck. So I kind of want to just go through this. This will give you an idea of what the different cards look like, what they talk about here. It's number 19, it's a tower, and it means protection, permanence, institutions, isolation, and stability. So you notice how this tower card isn't all come crashing down. It's a strength card. It's a stability card. It says the tower card deals with the results of work and steady efforts that bring stability and a reliable position. The tower symbolizes true values, a quiet place, high status, but also loneliness and isolation. The tower brings a fortress of understanding in the spiritual, health, and material realms. If surrounded by negative cards, it has the opposite meaning: shaky ground, unsuccessful circumstances, broken promises, or illness. In a people spread, the tower refers to a person with status and position in society, a public person, an official authority, and sometimes an authoritarian figure such as manager or father. In the scenario of relations, it speaks of unequal inter-age relations or even a patronizing tone, a purely business approach. In a work spread, a tower means bureaucracy, hierarchy, rigid rules, state institutions. In issues of prosperity, it means matters related to the state, a strong position, and stable income. So this gives you an idea of what the different cards might mean and how, you know, the readings might be useful to you there. We've got the 20, which is garden, which is the 8 of spades. We have 21, which is mountain, which is the 8 of clubs. We have 22, which is crossroads, which is the Queen of diamonds. We have the 23, which is mice, which is the 7 of clubs. We have the 24, which is heart, kind of wings in it, which is interesting. We have looks like the King of hearts. We have the number 25, which is the ring, which is the ace of clubs. We have the 26, which is a book, which is the 10 of diamonds. We have the 27, which is the letter, which is the 7 of spades. We have the 28, which is man, and we actually have two different 28s here that say man, which is interesting. We have an older, more statesman type man, and we have a younger version of him. He's the ace of hearts. And you notice the older one has kind of the crown above him like he might be a king. We also have number 29, which is Lady, and there was two different versions of the Lady as well. They are the Ace of Spades, but you notice how we've got the older, matronly woman, and then we also have the Queen type lady here as well. So I found that interesting that I had two different cards for the same one. We have the number 30, which is Lilies and is the King of Spades. We have the 31, which is the Sun card and the Ace of Diamonds. We have the 32, which is the Moon card, and it is the 8 of Hearts. We have the 33, which is the Key, and it is the 8 of Diamonds. We have the 34, which is the Fish, and that's the King of Diamonds. We have the 35, which is the Anchor card, and it is the 9 of Spades. And then we have the last card, which is the Cross card, which is the 6 of Clubs. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what these cards look like and whether or not they might be useful to you in your readings. The booklet, like I said, is very useful. They even show some different spreads in the booklet that you might use for different readings. So that might be useful to some of you as well, and how you might, do different things with the cards. So some people might use this as figuring out things on their own just with this card. I like using it with other tarot decks and other things like that, but then this just gives you an idea of what each one looks like so you can find out if they're useful to you. Okay, I hope you liked this little video here, and we're going to do some more in the future. And like I said, if there's any particular decks or other things that you'd like to see, if I can manage to get a hold of them, I'll do that for you. And I'll also do the ones that I already have on hand, and we'll go from there. All right, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and may the stars guide your path, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye-bye.